Jones, and I represent District 279. I'm on 287 right now. And I teach for District 13. Too many numbers. Osseo Area Schools.
Dan Ginestra, Wayzata Public Schools.
I am Shannon Andreessen, representing Hawkins Public Schools.
Kim Ross, representing Eden Prairie.
Renee Bowman, representing Robbinsdale Area Schools.
And I'm Karen Orcutt, representing Orono Schools.
Good evening, I'm Heidi Marty from West Tonka Public Schools.
And I'm Michael Bergman, representing Edina Public Schools.
Sorry.
It's okay.
And our representative from Brooklyn Center, Ruthie Dallas, serves as treasurer, and she will probably be joining us momentarily. That gets us to, I would look for a motion to approve our agenda.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The chair votes aye and motion passes. And next we have an open forum for community comments. Did we get any people wishing to address the board this evening?
No, Madam Chair.
We have no open forum comments. And then we move on to approval of the consent agenda, which is for matters that are more routine in nature. And we have two items in our consent agenda. I would look for a motion to approve those.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The chair votes aye and the consent agenda is passed, and we did that, I feel like, in record time. Thank you, everyone, because we want to get to our favorite part of the evening, which is share the success and recognition. And I will turn it over to Superintendent Dowd for our exciting guests.
I'd like our itinerant team to come on up, introduce themselves, and share the spotlight.
Oh, is it on? Okay. All right. Good evening, Superintendent Dowd, members of the school board. My name is Amanda Cook. I am the Assistant Director of Special Education and Itinerant Services. It's a great privilege to be here this evening to introduce you to one of our 7 itinerant lead, Jessica Larson. Jessica is our lead speech pathologist, and so she serves and supports a team of speech language pathologists here at Intermediate District 287. And Jess will be introducing our family this evening. So I'm going to turn it over to Jess.
Hello, school board and company. Thank you for inviting us to speak tonight. I met William in the spring of 2023 when he entered our Deaf and Hard of Hearing program, which is known as the DHH program. It is the preschool classroom, which serves in our member district of Osseo. The DHH preschool classroom is designed for students with hearing differences that are between the ages of 3 to 5. This class is designed for young students whose primary needs are related to their hearing difference. The program supports growth in vocabulary, aids in auditory technology and advocacy, assists in incidental learning, and focuses on placement and manner of phonemes and articulation, which are all related to their hearing difference. For example, the S sound, the M sound, and the sh sound are really hard to hear. So that's why we're teaching placement and manner. The class also provides specialized visuals to support language development, along with simultaneous communication. So we're talking and signing at the same time. Additionally, this classroom utilizes a literacy program that William loves. We'll get to that. That is especially designed for DHH literacy learners. This intensive early intervention services are provided in a setting where they can receive support from a DHH teacher, a speech language pathologist, and an educational audiologist. And we all work as a team. This class meets Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for 2.5 hours. So William has been a part of early intervention services since he was 2 years old. He loves Chicka Chicka Boom Boom, which coincides with his love for literacy. With the support of his parents, along with the Foundation for Literacy program and his love for letters, William has learned to read at the age of 3. William is also an ultimate puzzle builder and solver. At birth, William's family learned that he had a bilateral hearing difference. That means on both sides. At 3 months old, he was fitted with a Baha hearing aid. The Baha hearing aid amplifies the sound via bone conduction, not through the ear canals. So it goes through the sound and the vibrations of the skull. So since you were 3 months old, he's been wearing his Baha for language access. When William started communicating, he used vocalization, movement, actions, leading, pointing, and some signs for his communication modalities. When he arrived at our classroom, he was very, very excited to explore and learn. He learned the routine quickly and loves to sing our preschool songs. Every part of our DHH preschool classroom has a purposeful connection for DHH learners. For example, when we sing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, we use manual finger differentiation to support motor coordination and speech. So in March 2023, so last year, when he entered our preschool, his words documented were oop for spoon, oo for juice, wa for water. Currently, after a year of being within our classroom working on his expressive, receptive language, articulation, and advocacy, William independently checks his hearing aid batteries, which is a huge success for a 4-year-old, and puts them in and connects to a microphone. I'm adding extra things here. Follows routine 2 to 3 step verbal directions, follows 1 to 2 step sign directions, uses positional words, identifies actions, asks simple questions, and can rote count to 30. And he can connect to different microphones throughout the day for access. He is now using 3 to 6 word utterances such as pour it in the pie. We were making chocolate mud pies that day. He wanted to make sure the pudding was in the pie. I want grape juice right there in a different cup. And I want milk in cereal. It has been my pleasure to be a part of William's educational journey. We love to play, laugh, and learn. It is my honor to welcome William, his dad John, and his mother Ray to our school board meeting tonight.
Thank you for having me. I'm John Ecklo, William's dad, and I'm happy to be here to share some of his story and recent successes with you today. William was born on January 2020. My wife and I did our best to plan the best time to begin our parenting journey, but COVID had its plans. This was notable because I distinctly remember that William received his hearing aid in March of that year. After getting home from the ENT appointment, we received a follow-up call that all future appointments were indefinitely pushed until we knew more about what was going on. He didn't hear anything for his first 2 months. His schooling support was also in limbo with the recently developing chaos. Once things began to settle, we made our plans and moved to Maple Grove. The comments that we received from the school district that we were at the time said that the Osseo School District was the strongest metro, or excuse me, the strongest district in the metro for kiddos with hearing deficits. And I'm here to say that I fully agree. The progress William has made under their guidance has been nothing short of extraordinary. His speech has blossomed, his confidence has soared, and his love for learning knows no bounds. The team that has surrounded him shows a similar love that only a parent could provide. William comes home from his program radiating with enthusiasm as he tackles new challenges each day. I'm filled with hope and optimism for William's future and excited for him to continue his journey with your amazing staff. Thank you.
Princess William, just come say hi.
You say hi to everybody? This is like the one time he's gonna be shy.
Yeah. The microphones we wear.
Well, I have a question for William. Is that okay? Yeah. William, what's your favorite song?
Hey, do you have a favorite song?
Sure.
Yeah, what is it? What's your favorite song? No. Can you say Coco Melon? Or do we like Coco Melon?
Do you like Danny Go?
He doesn't know Danny Go.
Oh, you need to know Danny
Oh,
Go. 4-year-olds.
That's the shark out of the water.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. He does know it.
Yes, he loves those. We do sing days of the week.
Days of the week. Days of the week. Days of the week. Days of the week.
There's Sunday and there's Monday, there's Tuesday and there's Wednesday, there's Thursday and there's Friday, and then there's Saturday, days of the week. That was usually a crowd favorite.
And my other question is, William, will you come teach my 4-year-olds in my class?
I think other than how shy he is right now, he would absolutely love that.
He's
Yo.
He's reached all the major benchmarks for his age, yeah.
Yes, he is a leader in the class. And he knows exactly what everybody's supposed to do that day. He's like, you're the line leader. You're gonna be cleaning. You're gonna water the plants. So he knows, but we have the visuals. And that just really helps. You love being the line.
Yeah, we gotta fix Dad's shirt.
I wanted just to share that Chicka Chicka Boom Boom is one of my favorite books.
Oh, did you hear that?
She loves Chicka Chicka Boom Boom.
About it for a second.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Can you say bye?
Say bye-bye.
Bye.
Give a big wave. Say bye.
Can you wave?
Bye.
Good job, bye.
He'll be
Thank you
waving
so
all the
much.
way.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here. You do not need to stay for any, although we would enjoy it. And I believe this then takes us to the superintendent's report.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I am first get to celebrate some of our amazing staff that are retiring. So we have 20 staff that are retiring. Prior to the board meeting, we had a little celebration. And this is the video, all of the retirees could bring in a picture and a saying. And so you'll see a variety of all.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Come again.
So we'll watch the video that we shared tonight at the celebration.
It was a lovely.
It was a lovely event. And all the retirees together, we ended up with 45 years of service. So that's pretty remarkable. District 287.
Not sure if I'm gonna get the sound, so give me one second.
It's some background jazz
Could-
music,
I was
so it's okay to.
Yeah, I was like, we
switch?
could sing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
No.
I think we can just watch it.
Okay,
Yeah, so
sorry.
You're
You can
good.
Put on your reading eyes.
Greatly missed in our district for all our programs and buildings, and wish them a relaxing and joyful retirement with new adventures. So thank you.
Thank you. It was a great event and I think everyone felt very appreciative. I know I felt very proud to be there and to be a part of it. Thank you.
And the next thing under the superintendent's report is the West Metro graduation video. And so West Metro is support that we give to staff that are working towards licensure in special education. So we just want to share a little video. It is a collaboration with Hennepin Technical College and St. Cloud University. There's other districts that are involved as part of the kind of grow your own to licensure pathway. And so Tanya was able to, Dr. Allen was able to do a little video for us, and we'll share that tonight. Our newly licensed staff.
Oh, sounds like work. One second. Is there sound in that video?
We're working on our sound tonight.
No, the sound works live stream, so everybody that's looking at it could hear it.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's good.
One sec.
shared in my board update I think, last Friday about the West Metro graduation. Our staff that was part of it, staff that were. They're already teaching in our class, and so it was just, as you know, finding highly qualified licensed special education teachers is difficult, and so we're always grateful for programs like this where we build our.
Plan.
No, I stopped it. Play it now.
We'll send it out.
How long does it typically take someone to complete through that program?
You wanna share?
It depends on where they're starting, but I would say on average, most of them require at least 2 years. Some it takes longer because it depends on if they already have their bachelor's degree, what their degree is in. So some students have started from the beginning where they're still taking classes at North Hennepin to get to that level where they'd be able to, so.
Got it.
Yeah.
Great, thank you.
You see more videos like this. We have our West Metro pathway, we have our Grow Your Own, and now iTrack. And so we are excited about what we can do and grow our own excellent staff to become fully licensed teachers. Thank you. That's it, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to see if with sound, but also just excited to know that you've got these great pathways. And I'm hoping, actually, I know that our district is working on doing things like this as well. So hoping to get more teachers with licenses across districts. Thank you. And with that takes us to our instructional report, which is literacy and Read Act update. Nicole Peterson will be giving us an update, and do you have anything you'd like to share?
I want to thank the curriculum and instruction team, Nicole, for all the work. Read Act has been, I'm sure you all have felt it in your district too. So we want to provide you a little update on where we are in regards to the requirements of the Read Act.
Yes. Good evening, Superintendent Dowd and members of the board. Thank you so much for having me here tonight to share about the awesome work we're doing with literacy and the Read Act, like Superintendent Dowd said. So I want to update you with Read Act tonight. And first and foremost, our goals with literacy really do align to our strategic plan goals for achieving academic success as we work to provide our students with the best possible education they can have and culturally responsive education. I'm going to go over the Read Act components tonight, including assessment, intervention, and progress monitoring, professional development and curriculum, and also our local literacy plan that we're working on. So for assessment, first of all, I want to give a shout out to Annie Mitty, our assessment facilitator, because she's been instrumental in working with me on creating a really comprehensive assessment guide for our staff. And this guide really lays out our screening assessments so that every single student, every program has an identified appropriate screening tool to screen our students and really see where our students are at. And that's been super helpful. And we have been using FastBridge in the past, and we were able to continue using FastBridge this year because it aligns with the Read Act requirements. But we made sure to include all of the required subtests for students in grades K-3 so that we're meeting all the requirements. And that's been going really well, and we're actually in the process now of doing our spring screening. So it's going well. And then in the guide too, we laid out diagnostic assessments for our students so that after screening, if students we needed to know more about where they're at and really identify their skill gaps, we would have a tool for that as well. And then with that, our interventions. So based on what students' skill gaps are, we want to make sure that we really target those skills and find intervention tools so that students are able to make the growth that we want them to have. And one tool that we've piloted this year is called Power Up. And it's been a great fit for our middle school and high school tier 2 programs because it goes all the way back to foundational skills that students may have missed along the way, but in a really age appropriate way and also a culturally responsive way. So that's been a really exciting pilot for us. And our staff and coaches have done a great job of really learning that new tool and seeing how the progress is going with our students. And so it's been exciting to just see some students who haven't had the opportunity to work on those skills in an appropriate way before really get to dig in and learn and grow with that tool. So we're looking forward to more growth with that next year too. And then students receiving interventions, we've laid out progress monitoring for them because we know how important it is to ensure that students are learning and check on that along the way so that we don't miss anything. And we've done a lot of work with our PLCs to look at that progress monitoring data and see what kind of skill gaps are still there. Are students making progress? Do we need to adjust our instruction to meet their needs? And so we're continuing that work. And that also connects to formative assessment because we know at the classroom level, that's where the magic happens in the moment, in the lessons that our staff provide our students. And so the formative assessment is a really important piece so that staff are giving students feedback right in the moment and so that they can really help them along the way and make sure that they're meeting learning intentions. So we have a plan to do more professional development around formative assessment as we move forward. And that brings me to one big component of the READ Act that we've worked on, which is professional development. So a big task for us was to look at the 3 options that MDE put forward and approved for professional development in the science of reading. And we really came together with different teams to look at the 3 options and to vet them and see which one would be the best fit for our district. And it was a great process. I enjoyed hearing feedback from different groups. And we really landed on CORE as a good choice for our district because not only did it have high quality content, but it also was really flexible and it met our professional development calendar the best. So we got to the decision of CORE and now we're really in the work of laying out that foundation for our staff. We have nearly 200 staff that will be included in phase 1, which is super exciting to think about our staff getting this great learning opportunity with the science of reading. And that includes our special education teachers who teach reading, as well as intervention teachers and coaches, our multilingual teachers. We even have administrators that are really excited and on board to do the training as well as district leaders. So I'm really happy that we have the support of our leadership in this work too. And that's really optional for them to do it. And they're like, yes, we want to know too. We want to support the staff and we really want to be on board. And then we're also including our speech language pathologists because we know that their work is so closely tied to literacy. So we really want to train up as many staff as we can and all have this shared language and learning experience together. And one other exciting piece of CORE is that it offered this opportunity to do a train the trainer model. And so we're going to take advantage of that and have 5 staff be trained as facilitators. And I'm one of the staff. And then Kiara Zachary also is joining me. And I'm really thrilled about that because we can really make it customized to our district's needs. And we can provide the training over our own calendar. So that's been a great experience and we've already dug in and started that training. And then another really exciting piece is that we can offer a summer cohort for our staff. So if staff want to, they can complete the whole program over the summer. So that's an exciting opportunity. We've had a lot of staff that have said, yes, I want to do it in the summer, give up my free time, and they're very excited about it. So I know that we're going to have a lot of energy around this learning together. And it makes me think about how much progress we're going to make together in the next year and beyond. So for staff who don't take the summer cohort option, we have a plan to embed the learning into our regular schedule. So we'll be taking advantage of professional development days and then also weekly work sessions so that staff can complete the program. And we're going to be spreading that over the majority of the school year, which will be great because then they can really apply the learning in their classrooms. And then for curriculum, that's another big piece of the READ Act. I know that there are curriculum that have been approved by MDE for purchase, and that is an option that we could take. But we've also had a lot of success with Success for All, our current curriculum, and we know it is aligned to the science of reading. So what we're doing now is we're really going to do our due diligence and take a good look at what we're currently using, as well as the MDE approved options. And we know that they're still coming out with more options. They're in the process of that now. So over the course of the summer and into next school year, we're going to really do a comprehensive review of that curriculum. And we're going to make sure that it's the best fit for our students as possible and that their needs are being met through our curriculum, or we might decide that we want to change. But we want to make sure to do a really good job of that by including our caregivers' feedback and also students' feedback. So I've been going into classrooms kind of like Kiara's model and just getting student feedback at the classroom level. So I've been doing a lesson and showing them what the science of reading is with some different learning opportunities and then asking them to provide me with feedback about how do you like the curriculum? How has your experience been learning to read? Can you think back to how you first learned to read? And then what were some things you wished could have been different? What were some of your favorite things that you've learned along the way in literacy? And so just really including their voices. And then that brings me to the local literacy plan. So I'm also gathering those voices for the literacy plan with our students because every district has to submit a plan each year to show their assessment data as well as student progress. And some of the key elements of that are, like I said, assessment, and then the MTSS framework, family engagement and communication, and what curriculum we're using. So to come up with a great plan, I've pulled together an amazing design team with experts in each of those areas. And we've come together to brainstorm ideas for the plan, as well as draft the plan. So we want to make sure that we're coming up with a plan that's really useful, not just do it to get it done, but really one that we can use as a tool to guide our work in the future. And an important piece of that also is that caregiver input. So I'm excited to be working with Dequita Nash, our family engagement specialist or coordinator, to really find ways to get our caregiver input in a meaningful ways, because I know just sending out a form isn't enough. So we're working together on that. And then we will be able to submit that by June 15th. So finally, just some department updates I wanted to share with you. I have had the opportunity to pull a literacy leadership team together, and that's been wonderful for me because it includes leaders from student supports, equity, and SPED. And so they've been instrumental in supporting me with this READ Act work and really providing multiple perspectives and just feedback on things that I maybe hadn't thought about. So we've been working together really closely and helping to move this work forward. Also, we've continued our ongoing support with our coaches. They do a phenomenal job of getting in the classrooms, helping with everything from assessments to curriculum and professional development, which we have a professional development day tomorrow, so we're all busy getting ready for that. And then the last thing, or another thing I wanted to share with you, is the collaboration that we've been doing in our district. It's been a top priority for us to collaborate across departments, and it's been an amazing experience for me. I've been able to work with Amanda Cook and Dr. Elizabeth Lamb, and we've brought our itinerant and literacy teams together. And through the process, we've learned how strong we can be together because we have expertise to share. So we provided opportunities for our teams to meet and wrap around our student supports and really share strategies. What can help the student and maybe align our strategies together so that we're a strong team. So that's something that I'm really excited about for our future too, is to continue that work into next year and beyond. And I think we're going to do really awesome things together. And then the last thing is we're hiring 2 curriculum managers. So I'm excited to grow our team and bring more people on board so that we can share this work and really dig in together. So I just wanted to let you all know that I am really happy to be here, and I've been dedicated to literacy work my entire career, which is getting close to 20 years. And I'm just really passionate about it. And I know how important it is for our students and for their growth. And I don't take it for granted that I have this opportunity to lead the work in 287, and I thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you being here tonight. Are there any questions or did you have anything you wanted to add? Yes.
Did you have to abandon other reading curriculum in order to meet this requirement?
No, we didn't have to abandon our curriculum. So as part of the READ Act, what they're offering is options for curriculum you could purchase if you don't have already a curriculum that meets the requirements of the READ Act, which is really about the curriculum being aligned to the science of reading and structured literacy. So knowing that we do have curriculum that meets that requirement, we're in a good spot, and we've had a lot of progress with our curriculum. So a lot of consistency across our classrooms in teaching reading really successfully. But also, like I said, we don't want to ignore the opportunity with new curriculum as well. So, yeah.
I just want to say thank you for your work, and as a teacher and a board member, I know how daunting this can be, and the different collaborations with staff, caregivers, and students is truly exemplary. So thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's really exciting and it feels really meaningful too. So.
Good question. As you've engaged with the staff about this process and so on and so forth, are there specific things that they themselves are looking forward to through the process of training and the execution within the classroom that you've picked up on as you've been collaborating with the different parts?
Yeah, the staff are really interested in the science of reading, and some of them have some background knowledge. We've also laid the groundwork for it this year with our professional development. So we did the 5 pillars of early literacy in the beginning of the year, and then we followed that up with other professional development opportunities. But they really want to dig in deeper, and they really want tools to apply in their classroom. So they want it to be useful and not just theory. And I think with my work with CORE so far, I've found it really applicable. So they have tools that can be brought right back to the classroom. So I think they're going to be most excited about that.
Great, thank you. And I had a question for everybody else. The one thing I loved about what you said was having the summer opportunity to do the training, whatever it is. Are any other districts doing that in the summertime where you're actually able to do this?
Love it.
I haven't seen that. So like, I mean, I don't know, Edie's been doing this for a couple of years because we've been a little bit working on this a little bit earlier. But the summer part is kind of a interesting idea. I'm glad that we're able to make that happen in 287, but that might be giving us something to think about in our own districts.
Yeah, when we were able to do the train the trainer option, I connected with CORE and asked them about that. And they said, because we have our own trainers, we can make our own timeline. And so typically the program takes at least 18 weeks or more.
Right.
But they're able to do a module a week with our own schedule. So yeah, it's awesome that it came together. It was kind of a tight schedule, but
Yeah.
we're moving along.
I just applaud you guys for figuring out that as an option to make that happen. And then the fact that you have the staff that are actually willing to do that.
Yes.
Just allows us to then, as we get into next year, to be earlier in that process. That's a leading edge innovation.
Yeah, I was
Kudos.
really excited when I sent out the option to staff. Immediately, I had the cohort full. Plus, so I'm trying to make it available for anybody who wants it. And it shows, I think, the interest and the energy behind this, and also our staff dedication we have an amazing staff who really want to learn to do the best for their students.
It's another leadership example of 287 in another area. So
Thank
that's
you.
awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that. Any other? I just wanted to say, that I think it's really nice to get this update going. Kind of, this is the year 287 is for part of our big push. And so this is a great update. I also had questions. I actually had put down, that was a question I was gonna ask, are you doing train the trainer? And you said you are. One of the things that I was really excited to hear is that because you're doing that model, you can customize it to district cities and states. Can you talk a little bit more about that? Because I think we all know that literacy may look different here in 287 than what we might be experiencing in.
Sure, yeah. I think because we're doing our own training, we are going to get material from core, but then we can look at it and we can figure out how it needs to be modified or adapted, or if we need to supplement it all. And I think for some of the training, we really want to make sure to add in the culturally responsive teaching layer. So I was already talking to Kiara about like, well, if they don't do enough with that, we can add that in, and just things like that. And then looking at our unique learners, we'll be thinking about how to scaffold some of the activities for our students and do a lot of that planning. That's the work that I'm really excited about. And having the opportunity to go through it this summer, we'll learn a lot that will inform us for the school year as well.
Chair. I think that's really why it's so important that the curriculum department and the special education department are a team. And we really talk about high leverage practices in special education and how to connect these practices, the skill sets, and strategies you're learning in core and our high leverage practices, and bring that together to be usable strategies within the classroom.
Yeah. It's critical,
Absolutely.
I think that often when, at least my experience has been, you go to trainings like this and you walk out feeling like, well, there's nothing I can use for my unique classroom.
Right,
situation.
right.
So knowing that 287 is going to be able to customize is really exciting.
Yes, I'm very excited too. And having the 5 facilitators, we're going to be coming together as a group to plan and adjust as needed as well. I'm glad to have a team. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Oh, but something was happening. Sorry. So we have nothing on the business services and labor relations. And so that takes us to board business. We have some policy review and revision. Superintendent Dowd.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So we are in our second reading of 3 policies. The first one is policy 502, student searches. And there was only one change after the first reading. It was just more of a clerical, forgot to remove listed below. And so that's the only change moving forward. So I'm seeking recommendation for approval. So moved.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The chair votes aye, and policy 502 is passed in second read.
Thank you. The next policy I'll go over is policy 524, internet acceptable use policy. After the first reading, there were no changes, so we're moving forward with approval of that policy as well.
Great. Is there a motion to approve policy 524?
So moved.
I have a motion. Is there a second? There's a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Any opposed? The chair votes aye and motion passes. We will move on to policy 533.
Perfect. 533 is the wellness policy. After the first reading, there were no changes recommended, so again, we move forward for approval.
Great. Is there a motion to approve policy 533 in second read?
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. Uh, I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The chair votes aye, and policy 533 is approved in second read.
I'd just like to share with you that you have now completed the student section of the policy, of mandated policy, so it's done.
Well
On to
done.
employees.
And for us tonight, on to board reports. There is no board report from the chair. There is a reminder that yes, Swan Meeting will send out a reminder tomorrow morning to sign up for District 287 graduation. Please do look at that, and we'd like to have board representation in all of the graduations. They're not long, they're super fun and amazing. Hopefully you can make as many as will fit into your schedule because they're great. Our next scheduled board meeting will be on Thursday, May 23rd. And then our next scheduled board retreat will be held on Thursday, June 27th. And I think there is a copy of the AMSP report. I can't say that I've read it, so we all have some homework to do. And then routine matters of the meeting schedule, the board event calendar, and then get on the bus and local to 209 are all in our folders for review. Does anyone have anything wants to run the tape? Yes.
I would like to share that our Executive Director of Communications was named the Minnesota School Communicator of the Year and is one of 4 finalists for the National Award for School Communicator of the Year. So Dirk will be going to the awards ceremony in July and we'll find out how he does.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's cool. He's really good. We're lucky to have him.
I guess that kind of announcement, I'll remind everyone that Dr. Stacey Stanley is now the president-elect of the Superintendent's Association for the next year. And that's a good thing. She's well connected, but also is a great leader in what she does, just like Superintendent out at the Capitol, working on all the issues that we're all focusing on. So we'll have another representation for all of us in that way. So I can't imagine that she took this on, given that she has nothing else to do. So she's a sadist in some way, but nonetheless, Stacey does a great job of doing that. So I'm excited for what her leadership will be for that very important group.
Right. Oh, yes, Dan.
Well, a recent announcement from Wyzetta. Our students will now be able to take a new course offering to become a certified nurse assistant starting next year. So we're very excited to greenlight that program. I had a very interesting conversation with the lady who's been, entrusted with that process as part of our career technical training and all that. It's very exciting. And we're very happy that, students ages 16 through 18 will be able to enroll in that. It's a fabulous course and we look forward to strong enrollment. So good on our
Eden
team.
Prairie is doing it too. It's one of our
Good.
capstones at the high school.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's great work. And it's very needed in the
Absolutely. Yeah.
once again, the school district stepping in. Elena, community. Nobody else? Great, well, that means that we are ready for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I have a motion from Jackie Muscatine Jones and a second.
I'll second.
Oh, Director Bowman. I have a motion and a second. Any discussions? Seeing none, all those in favor? Any opposed? Chair votes aye, and this meeting is adjourned at 7:23 PM. Thank you all for being here and for. Thank you. Good job. Shannon.